I always knew I wanted to be an attorney. I just like helping people.
Are you okay? Do you need any help? Thanks, Christopher.
I've been in Vegas helping the little guy since I was a little guy. Are we any good at helping you win? No, we're great. Call us now for help with your injury case.
Videos where you have an officer basically around the neck area.
These two retired Vegas cops, now podcast hosts.
You know, they don't have ID, they can't get into a hotel room. To get them the help they need, especially if someone even gets arrested. A lot of people don't know how the justice system works.
You guys have going on is necessary, it's needed.
Hey, it's David Kohlmeyer, the Problem Solver. Thanks so much for joining us here Tuesday at 6 p.m. As usual, the goal is to talk about problems in the community. How can we solve them? Bring special guests. People on the show that are educated, that can share their wisdom, their expertise. Again, thanks for joining the Problem Solver Show. I'm David Kohlmeyer, the Problem Solver, retired police officer of 17 years, helping people every single day solve problems. As usual, I have my amazing co-hosts. Together, we like the Transformers. I have Danny Miner.
Thank you, Dave.
Co-host from Pennsylvania. And then basically, we have Beja Rivera.
Yes, thanks for having me. Let's talk about it.
Amazing co-hosts together. We're joining forces like the Transformers.
Yes.
In Las Vegas, in Henderson, North Las Vegas, we're solving problems.
Yes.
Today, we have amazing people from Summit Integrated Health. Today, we have Ashley Pritchard Darrow.
Yep.
Thanks so much for joining. She's the Chief Medical Officer over at Summit Integrated Health. And we have Dr. Bennett Patterson as well. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.
You guys are amazing. I love your Summit Integrated Health shirts, which is key. And I know that you gave us some gifts, so we appreciate your gifts as well.
Yes.
I'm just noticing your bracelet. Does it say iron sharpens iron?
Yes, it does.
That's good.
Thank you very
Not
much.
wood and iron, iron and iron. Good
So,
stuff.
so you guys basically have a background in several different things that your practice does, medical practice. Tell us a little bit about the main thing is, I guess, that you guys do a lot of treatment for physical therapy and chiropractic treatment. Tell us about that.
Correct. So we are an integrated clinic. So we have medical, chiropractic, and physical therapy so that we can focus on the patient as a whole instead of an individualized complaint or just a symptom that could actually be stemmed from something else. All of our patients come in with a full consultation, personalized, individualized exam, then take x-rays as necessary for diagnostic purposes. We also do inflammation testing for diagnostic purposes. And then we send them over to the chiropractors so that they can do an exam on them as well, get them adjusted, get them feeling better. We take them over to physical therapy so we can do some warm-ups, some cool downs, everything like that. And then if they need some medical care mixed in with that, we have that available as well.
I love deep-rooted kind of care from physicians. I love that, and that's what you guys do.
One-stop shop. We love
Awesome.
it.
Yes.
What I like about the place specifically is that they have, you know, a lot of places are just chiro or physical therapy, you know, like they're separate and then like, you have to go to different places. And then I kind of feel like some chiro places, they don't like the physical therapy place. Physical therapy doesn't like chiropractic. So it's good that you guys, you know, you guys are going to be like really truthful because you guys are all in one place.
Yes.
There's no reason to lie
And
about
getting
it.
to the root of the issue, not just, oh, you're having this experience, let's just give you this and get out the door.
It's funny you say that because that's actually something that I talk about when I'm meeting a new patient. I always start off by like, hey, I'm Dr. Bennett, and this is what we are.
Right.
And one of the first things that I'll say is, look, I don't want to put a Band-Aid on your problem. I actually want to get to the root cause of the issue, because you didn't come to me for a Band-Aid. You came to me because you want to actually get better and you want to have a better quality of life. I want you to be able to play with your kids, your grandkids, whatever it is, whatever your goal is. And it's my job to work myself out of a job, and I truly believe that as a doctor, because it's one of those things, if you're not getting better, I'm not doing my job right, and I need to send you to the next person. But the great thing about us is we have everything under one roof. And so it's very rare that we get a case that we need to send out, because we're able to come at it from 3 different angles.
Yeah. So problem solvers, having some problem solvers on the show.
So
Absolutely.
it seems
That's
like
right.
a lot of the people that you have that are clients are not just like from car accident cases. Are they just more chronic? Like, where do most of your clients come from?
We have a mixture. We do have some car accidents. We have some workers' comp. Our bulk are either just acute care, chronic care, people that are trying not to have surgery, or this is your last resort. You've had this ailment for so long. How can I push past this? How can I actually live my life the best way possible? So they come into us, which is a one-stop shop, which is nice. You don't have to have 5 different appointments to see different specialists. We have it all under one roof. But like I said, I mean, we have patients anywhere from neuropathy patients to people that have injuries from jobs. We have car accidents. We have everything in between.
So for our watchers, if you think that you've tried everything and you haven't gone to Summit Integrated Health, try that before you think you have to do surgery.
Exactly. I mean, if we can prevent one more thing from taking that next step, then I know I'm doing something right.
Right.
What major surgery would you say you're preventing in general, since you meet so many different people? Is it back surgery? Is it?
A lot.
I was about to say a lot of back surgery, and then shoulder and knee surgeries, because one of the things that I specialize in is the shoulder, and it's when I was going throughout chiropractic school and doing all this, I actually got hooked up with Dr. Mark Charette, who came up with the original extremity or shoulder protocol. And he actually lived in Dallas, where I was going to school, and I basically became one of his pupils, and I started teaching his seminars. And so I had 3 years of just working with shoulders and knees, plus what I was doing in school for the spine. But I love working on that stuff because I can help prevent surgery. Because like I've said before, surgery is permanent, and I want you to be able to do everything to prevent that.
Awesome. The bottom line is, I think the key is that you guys have everything in one spot, and you guys are, that you care about people in general, and it's not like you're just selective in one, even if it's just the shoulder that you like handling, but it's the whole person in general, whether it's the knee, their legs, the back, and stuff like that. So I think that's great, because some people just specialize like in just car accidents. So anybody that has an issue in general, you guys can help out. How do you get most of your clients in general? Like, you guys have been in business now a year, but you've been practicing. How long have you been practicing yourself?
I've been in practice for 3 years now.
Okay. And yourself?
I went into the medical field in about 2010. So I've been different things in the time frame, but mostly the emergency room before I went into this.
So I'm just curious, since you guys are more of a newer practice location, you guys are doing really well. How do most people know about you guys in general? Is it these days? I'm just curious. Is it social media? Is it referrals? How do most of the people find out about you guys?
Find you, yeah.
Referrals, we love to get into the community, going to events. You'll see us at every event around the valley. You'll start seeing our shirts. We have hats, lots of swag. We'd love to give everything out, and it's all complimentary to anybody that comes to our booth, just to get our name out, and we just want to know.
Is the bracelet swag, or is that just your own?
So no, this was
do
a
have
private
bracelets.
men's
I
coaching
love
group
that.
I was in.
All right, so that's awesome. So the bottom line is, if people need Summit Integrated Health, 702-636-2843 is the number to see Ashley, Dr. Bennett as well, to get some help in regards to any type of treatment. We're going to come back in a quick minute, and when we get back, we'll talk about some other treatments that Summit Integrated Health does. So we'll be back in a quick minute. Hey, it's David Colmike and the Problem Solver. We're back here again talking with Summit Integrated Health, Ashley Pritchard Darrow, who's the Chief Medical Officer. And then we have Dr. Bennett Patterson as well, talking recently about the chiropractic treatment and physical therapy and all the things that you're doing. I understand that you guys do some other treatment that is pretty cool stuff that you're doing to help people. Tell us a little bit about regards to some, I was about to say hair transplants, but it's more restoration in regards to hair. And I kind of mentioned earlier when we first met, I happened to be in Turkey and there was a lot of people walking around with all these holes in the head, and it was all red. I was like, what is going on here? I thought maybe it was like a cultural thing. I wasn't really sure what was going on there. Like everyone's like walking around with this thing. And then I found out it's more about medical tourism, which I know Las Vegas is doing that too. So tell us, what do
Kim
you...
Kardashian doing like this blood mask,
Vampire
facial.
facial.
Yeah,
Let's talk about it. Yeah.
Absolutely. So PRP is what you are referring to. It's platelet-rich plasma. Basically, you draw the patient's blood, you spin it down, you take the fighter rebuilder cells from the blood and give it right back to that
Quick question,
patient.
how do you take in the blood out? Is it
Just like a standard,
arm?
just
Standard?
like
With a
if you
knife.
go to, I just cut you. I mean, it's fine.
That's so serious. I like
and,
that.
and there's like a way to just you cleanse that and you only take what's healthy.
So it gets put
Just
into
like
a
if you went to a
centrifuge.
lab
Okay.
and they
I was
drew
just
your
curious
blood.
if it was a different way.
No,
Dr.
the
Bennett,
exact
you said
same
a
way.
Centrifuge.
Yep, that's
Yes,
Ashley's
so-
department. She knows really about it.
We draw your blood just like if you went to a lab. They spin it down. That's what the centrifuge is. It's super, super fast. Basically, it separates the different blood cells within the tube.
Right.
You take the rebuilder cells or the fighter cells, and that's where we inject back into the patient, whether it is a joint from an injury that needs to heal in an efficient manner, whether it's on the hair for hair growth. You can have for restoration hair growth, you put it on for male pattern baldness, even for females with like hormones after having babies, they'll lose their hair a lot. Also, as everyone is well aware, Kim Kardashian did it on her face, which is a vampire facial. So you go in and a lot of people are doing that for a more natural way instead of Botox.
What does it do? The vampire thing, like.
Oh, and does it involve needles?
A vampire is...
So I'm not
watching
gonna
too
lie
many
to you,
movies.
it definitely involves needles.
Okay.
Really?
Yep.
I do have to draw your blood. So it does involve a needle as far as that goes. Now, there's different ways with the vampire facial that you can do it. There are different ways where, for lack of other terms, you can literally almost like, have you ever, well, we don't really have grass here, but you aerate the lawn. Basically, you use like these little spiky wheels to open up like your pores.
Correct.
People do it on the grass as well,
Yes.
so that's what I was saying.
Okay.
But so what that does is it opens up the pores so you can actually get stuff in there.
Okay.
And you can either
Circular.
get exactly. So you can either then rub the PRP on it, just kind of like a cream, or you can use it more fine-tuned like they do Botox, and that's where you use a tiny little needle to inject, say, fine lines or anything like that.
So what do you do?
I wish more people really knew. I mean, I know that we're here now, and luckily for our viewers, now they know about this. But I wish a lot of people knew about how just beneficial it is to do the PRP.
PRP. Yep.
So quick question. So what do you do?
I was gonna say
Are you
PCT,
doing the
no, no, no,
small
the PRP.
holes?
You can do both. So some people
Does that hurt
we,
more?
We have patients. So I have a patient that I've done their forehead. They loved it. Is it uncomfortable? Possibly. I mean, it's as tiny as a needle can get, but there's different ways that you can numb up the skin. You can use cold spray. You can use all different ways to help comfort the patient. Also, just distract them.
Which is provided by you guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Put on a movie
And
or something?
honestly,
Right. I'll put on a show for them while I'm doing it.
She's dancing.
That's right.
That's it.
We are in
Wait a second.
Vegas.
You just said forehead. She didn't do the whole...
With this individual patient, she just needed forehead stuff, so that's what I did, and it's all very customized.
So when she did it, you're like, oh, she loved it. Like, what did she love? Like, did she see a difference?
She
Did
did.
she feel a difference?
She did. Unfortunately, she had surgery that did not go according to plan, so she was kind of at a loss. She didn't know what to do, and she was having some pain and some itching and stuff like that from the surgery. So
On her forehead.
on her forehead. And so we went through and did the PRP on it. And she said this was the first winter that she wasn't in agony,
Really?
which was quite fascinating.
And you talk about joint pain, knee,
Yep.
elbows.
Absolutely.
So if somebody had surgery and they're experiencing the same kind of issue, they can come to you for the same reason that they're feeling pain after their surgery?
Yes and no. So if you have a replacement, you can't exactly go in and heal something that's artificial. But you have a lot of the people say they hurt their shoulder, they get a rotator cuff surgery. People decide to have surgery or they decide not to have surgery. It is a way that you can help strengthen that foundation that may have been injured, so that hopefully they can prevent them from having surgery. Or if they're still having some problems after surgery, you can help tighten up the muscles around the scar tissue and help with the scar tissue so they can actually move a little better.
Which is where the therapy comes in.
Absolutely. That's why we do it all under one roof. So we make sure they see the chiropractor, get everything back in alignment, get everything moving correctly, do the physical therapy, get some of that strength back,
That's
and
awesome.
have it all under one roof.
Quick question. I was just thinking, he has a beard. Does he, if he wanted to do something, he's got to shave, like totally?
If I went the vampire one?
Yeah, I mean, if you do your
When
own
it
face, you have
comes
to
to
shave.
the needling, I think they're trying to ask.
Not
No, I'm just
really.
curious
so,
if someone has,
so
facial.
for instance,
I'd look real funny if I shaved. I
No,
can't shave.
no. So you think about this. One thing, more so in females, you know how you have like the smoker's lips,
Mm-hmm.
how it has the lines all around their lips from them always smoking. They
Yeah, I
say
know what you mean, yeah.
you can do the injections right along someone's lips. Do you have to shave completely with it? No, the injection obviously is going to go past your hair. So no, you do not have to.
Okay.
Just like you don't have to come in shaved head if you want hair restoration.
So real quickly, in regards to your hair situation, restoration, the bottom line is you do this on your hair as well, right?
yes, Dr.
then-
Bennett's had it.
Yep.
And how long have you been doing it for?
I've done 4 treatments in the last 5 weeks.
Okay, and you feel that it's working and it's helping.
Yeah, I actually do, and it's helping a lot faster than it was expected to.
Awesome.
So,
Or hair
Anyway,
restoration.
long story short, you guys do great stuff in general. So we're going to come back for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk about the other treatments that you're doing to help people as well. So we'll be back in a quick minute.
Injured? Call 602-HURT. Car accident? Call 602-HURT. Pacific West Injury Law, a firm that focuses on you. Our firm is dedicated to you and your recovery. No fee until we win. Millions recovered. Here when you need us.
Hey, it's David Coleman again, the Problem Solver. We are back here with Summit Integrated Health. We're having some good laughs as well in the quick break here. The last thing that I wanted to talk about, which is unusual in regards to different treatments that are going on. We just talked about hair. We talked about the vampire facial. We talked about the chiro. We talked about the physical therapy. You guys do a lot of great stuff. One-stop shop to basically getting your health back in order. In town, there's a lot of billboards that basically show, I'm not sure if you've seen it in town, there's a banana, there's a cucumber, there's really good marketing in general.
What are they all referring to, Dave?
And they are referring to vegetables that are in the, no, I'm joking. They are talking about erectile dysfunction, which is definitely a problem that we need to solve here on the Problem Solver. Danny and Beja are my problem solvers, and we're going to figure out this problem. But anyway, Integrated Health, tell us what you guys do in regards to erectile dysfunction, known as ED.
Absolutely. So ED is a real thing. It's considered very serious in the medical field. What we do is check people's lab works, make sure that it's not testosterone related, hormone related in general. If it is a blood flow relation, anything like that, that could be prohibitive in intimacy. We can help out with either, if it is low testosterone, we can help out with testosterone injections. We have pellets, which go under the skin that slow absorb over a few months. There are actually some more invasive, as you would say, but they're all P shots, what they called, which is actually PRP, literally in the penile area to help with the erection and to wake up the cells so that any blockages, you can wake those up so that you can get blood flow.
Okay, because I was just going to ask that. Is there anything else other than the testosterone medication that could help? And we just talked about PRP, so that can help as well.
Absolutely.
I'm confused with that one. Where do you do in the PRP at?
Exactly where you're thinking it's
Yep.
going.
Really?
Yes.
Along the shaft, yes.
But are people doing that? Like
They
more
do.
Than, really?
Do you have numbing
That
has to
medication
hurt.
there?
Yes, you do have numbing medicine. And then also with our integrated model, the chiropractors, they make sure that even your low back and your pelvic, everything is in alignment, because it could be just something that's completely offset that's unfortunately blocking blood flow, because that's where it's all coming from. So that's where we have
So
the
just a
integrators.
number
You
of
get,
things,
exactly.
yeah.
You put it all together and
Yeah.
intimacy
And then it
goes
works
up.
again.
That's
That's crazy.
right.
It's crazy. I never heard of that in general. Have you heard that before?
There are P shots and there's O shots for the females.
Wait a second. So, but in that area down there, you have to numb the area to do the PRP?
Yes. Well, I mean, you don't have. You
don't
never
have to.
have to numb anything.
It seems like you'd have to numb that area.
So you never
It's
have to
highly
numb
advised.
anything. There
So how many
are
people
some.
do
Why
that?
is it not called the
involved.
V shot and like the O shot? Like, what is that?
The O shot? You know, I don't. Whoever decided to create them, I don't know why they chose O instead of V. To be honest,
Yeah, me too.
Just with like the anatomy part of things, but I don't know. They just consider it the P and the O.
So, I guess here's a question. How many people are doing the, what do you call it? I guess the pills compared to the shot of testosterone compared to the PRP?
So
Like, what's the ratio in that one? Because that's
when you're
interesting.
thinking about two different things here, somebody that has low testosterone, so you're thinking a lot about guys that are more tired, they have headaches, they have trouble processing food, so they're gaining weight, they're sore after the gym, anything like that. That's something that you have to make sure that you get your blood checked, see how the testosterone is. A lot of times that's weekly injections or the pellets. There are some vitamins and different hormones over the counter that you can help out with. And then, unfortunately, low testosterone also is one thing that's kind of leads down to the road of potential ED. And that's where you start looking about the PRP and different things rather than having to take, say, the Viagra pill, the infamous blue pill.
Do men have to
and
be
everything like
concerned
that.
about taking this for the rest of their life if they find that, you know, their levels are very low?
With testosterone, you do. You monitor the levels for sure. You have to make sure it's a very strict regimen. You have to make sure that you aren't getting too much in the system, because then it could potentially cause a blood clot or something serious. But then also you don't want to underdose either, so that you aren't getting the correct dosage and unfortunately not helping the patient.
So there's positive and negatives in regards to getting the testosterone. What are some, let's talk about the negatives. What are some negatives that are possible, side effects?
So long time use of testosterone, you have some guys, they go through the different waves. So you can start off, if it's too strong, you can have rage, you can have too much anger emotion. Also, then if you're on it for longer periods of time, your body is relying on the testosterone that you're injecting rather than what it's naturally making. So you have to play this very safe ups and downs.
middle rule.
Exactly, because otherwise your body can stop making it and then you just stop completely. You'll always have to be on it. So that's something very serious.
I can see people trying to abuse that. Yeah.
Oh,
why
100%.
Yeah, that's why it's very important that
That's what
you
scares me.
stick to what you're supposed to be doing. That's why we monitor it so strictly.
It's a controlled substance, just like any other controlled substance. You think about all the opiates that people get addicted to, or you hear about selling on the streets and everything like that. Testosterone's no different. It's very serious.
So if you have
It
100
just makes
people,
you a
how-
lot like accelerated. It's like a upper, I guess I would say.
Yes, and then some for guys, absolutely.
So I guess the bottom line is this, is that if people need help, and everyone's in a bit of a different situation, the bottom line is they need to evaluate and monitor, and that's where some integrated health basically would come into play with that, right?
Absolutely. We
With blood work,
hormones,
with
blood work,
everything.
everything. Exactly.
Well, I really appreciate you guys coming on the show today. I mean, our viewers basically, we're always trying to solve problems. I mean, look, sometimes we laugh about this stuff, but erectile dysfunction or, hair restoration. And then basically even people that are hurting, with aches and pains and that need chiropractic treatment or physical therapy. I mean, it's great that you guys have so many different things, services that you offer at your location. And you have 2 locations?
We do. We have one by the Aliante Casino and we have one by Mountain View Hospital.
Got it. Well, I really appreciate you guys coming to the show. Anybody that are listening in general, again, Summit Integrated Health, we have Ashley Pritchard Darrow, who's the chief medical officer, and then we have Dr. Bennett Patterson. I really appreciate you guys both coming on the show. As usual, Danny Miner and Beige Rivera as co-hosts. The goal is always to help solve problems.
Thank you.
If anyone has any problems whatsoever, they always could reach us, 702-999-1111, 702-999-1111. There's a QR code that's been popping on the screen for a while as well, which I forgot to mention. You can always scan that code. We have a progressive web app, which is the Problem Solver, and there's all kinds of different resources. Anyone that basically needs any legal help, medical help, accident injuries, arrested, they need help with bail, want to buy a home. We work with Movement Mortgage. We work with different realtors. We work with medical legal providers. So the bottom line is, if you need help, contact us, the Problem Solver, so we can basically help you out. And every single week, again, Tuesday today, like 6 p.m., we're on TV, Channel 14, as you're watching here today. And then we have our YouTube podcast, which is 4:30 on Thursdays. And we're also on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, you name it, we're there. So again, thank you so much, guys, for joining us today. We'll see you next week, and be safe.